Hello, hello, my wonderful superstars. Today, I have a special treat for you. Another one. You know me. This is Coach V, Master Coach Vanda Martha here for another time with you and bringing some amazing top producers, amazing people for you to connect. And today, I have a special person. This wonderful Viking lady is so special to my heart. She's been so amazing in her career and also such a great friend, a great sister, a great client. It's been such an honor to be part of her team and see her grow and be such an inspiration. I want to introduce you guys today to the amazing, beautiful Martha Cervantes. Hello, Super
Hi,
Martha.
everybody. Hello.
Hello, hello. So
Hi,
excited
Coach.
to have you. Say again, darling.
Hi, Coach.
Hello, darling. Hello. So excited to have you here. If you don't know Martha, Martha has been such a light in the industry. She's inspirational. She's dedicated. She's sold over 5 homes in her career. She has been consistently top producer in her office. And she always have time to share her energy. She always have time to share a little bit of her humor. She has such a great energy, a great humor. So without any further ado, Martha Cervantes, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us about how did you get in real estate? Tell this beautiful crowd here.
Wow, you got a lot of questions. So, well, you know what? I've been doing real estate for, I think about like 16 years. How time flies when you're having fun, right? Uh,
Right?
it absolutely does. And I still love it. I still love it. I know there's other people that have been doing it, 3 times longer than I have, right? Um, but you know what? After I graduated from the university, I wasn't loving what I was doing. I just wasn't loving it. And I think, we're supposed to love what we do, right?
Right? Exactly.
So I just decided, literally, and I'm not exaggerating when I say this, I woke up one day and I decided I was going to go sell houses,
No
right?
kidding, right? Like this. Well, you probably will pay attention, like real estate a little bit, and you say, "This is it. It's time to make some big money."
Yeah, I think that's part of what it was too, and it just seemed exciting, right? It just really seemed exciting, and sincerely, I love it every day. I'm honored every day to help the families, honestly, that God entrusts me to help,
Yeah.
right? And so yeah, that's how I got into real estate.
For passion and for love, and you love your company. I know you've been there for a while, and tell us some things like, for example, what makes Martha Cervantes so determined to be one of the best, to be, kicking ass? Because you darling, you have such a great energy, and there's so many people that follow you, men, women, agents that are in the business for a long time, and they follow you because they can see that you're real. They can see that you care, and that you are a go-getter. I mean, look at you. What was it 2 months ago? And like in 1 week, you set, like in 1 day or so, you set several appointments that expires. Then you got expired listings. Tell about a little bit about this journey of being such a kick-ass agent.
So what makes me so determined? I think we all have a story, Coach. I know you've shared your story with me. You and I, you're an amazing coach to me, and you've been the reason that I've grown so much. Yeah, I already came equipped with, like the tires and the steering wheel and that kind of stuff, right? But, you started, fine tuning a lot of stuff in me just as a business professional. I'm pretty articulate. I'm a snob when it comes to words. I love words, right? But what makes me so determined? Like I said, we all have a story, and I my mom raised 8 kids,
Wow. Right.
and as you know, I tend to be kind of private just in general about, I don't share a whole lot about just my upbringing and stuff. Some of it's still a little bit, not raw, I would say, but it's our story, and it's, not everybody is. privileged to hear, our story, right? So my mom raised 8 amazing humans, and I saw her struggle. I saw her struggle. There were, days where we were really tight on cash. And the thing that kept us going, honestly, was each other. We loved each other. And she raised 8 humans with a lot of grit, a lot of strength, and a lot of determination. And there were days when I saw my mom come home from work and she was exhausted, but she never gave up, and she was always the one constant in all of our lives. My father was not very present, right? So I saw her struggle, and I just always knew that I didn't want that to be my struggle, right? She taught me a lot of amazing things, and I just didn't want that to be part of my trajectory. So I just decided to be different than my environment.
I appreciate that very much. So Martha, our story is very similar, right? We came from a very humble beginning, and our mother was a greatest inspiration, right? Don't take me wrong, I love my dad, he was a great guy, but my mom, just like you, my mom was like a single mother, right? Separated when I was 10 years old, and see her, we were not 8, we were 5. So we have a kind of a close story. We saw mom struggling. We decided we're gonna be the one that's gonna bring more joy and more security and some success and some freedom for this family, right? Some money. So you decided, okay, I'm gonna get my diploma. I'm going to learn. I'm gonna sell real estate, and then you went in. Was it difficult in the beginning, or did you start winning right away? Tell us a little bit about the very beginning.
You know what? I knew you were going to ask that, right? Was it difficult? You know what? Honestly, I'm going to be really honest, because I have a business background, right? So I already had a lot of the foundation of business. So was it difficult? You know what? No, it wasn't difficult, honestly.
I can appreciate that. You've been honest. Yeah. It was not difficult. You just put the time. It
wasn't difficult. Real estate is simple. Yeah, real estate is simple, but it's not easy. Okay. I'm relatively smart. I can figure stuff out, right? So I will tell you what the mechanics of real estate, they were easy for me. Now, the stuff that was more difficult was, developing habits, developing routines, developing discipline. I've always been very disciplined, right? That's just part of what came along with my upbringing. Sometimes it was survival of the fittest, right?
Right.
So in terms of real estate, it wasn't difficult. It was just really cementing different behaviors that I didn't know I needed. Because, you got to remember, I decided I was going to sell real estate one day. I didn't know what it took to sell real estate. Had you told me, hey, Martha, there may be days, or, part of your business plan will be that you door knock, I was like appalled. What do you mean I have to door knock? I went to school, I got a degree. Now you want me to go knock on doors, right? So I think that was the difficult part, just developing those different habits and disciplines.
Understand. I love this, Martha. Understand that you have to do it. So Martha, of course, one of the reasons I have you here, not only because I love you and I love your energy and spending time with you, is because you are an inspiration. You have done business organically. You have done business like me, also foreclosures, a short sale. You do whatever it takes. You have the personalities, and you tell me you have a very wonderful coachable mindset, growth mindset. Tell me what to do. Let me learn. Let me improve. So I have questions. My team put questions together. My people ask for some questions for me to ask you guys. I'm doing this kind of a series now about the principles, the key principles of success, because right now, Martha, at this time of the year, actually at any time of the year, there's so many agents still struggling, or maybe feeling down, or maybe feeling lost or defeated, or starting over. And it's very difficult for them. And many times, as you know, as I know, because I've been there, we think we are the only one going through that thing. We're the only one going through the pain and the process, right? Isn't it true?
Yeah.
Right? So now, more than ever, as we approach here, the end of 2022 and going to 2023, I thought myself, I want to bring some people that I love, that I get inspired by, so they can share some of the keys of, of the principles of success that they believe would help them in 2023 and beyond. So I have some questions I'm going to ask you. Let's have fun. And I know you always have fun with me and with us together. I want to make sure you share this energy and this love that you have and the passion that you have. So question number one that people ask me to ask you. When did you figure out, when did you become aware that mindset was very important in the process? Mindset was important in your business, in your life?
You know what? I think I've always known that, right? I think I've always known it. I was 13, I was reading business books, right? Wow. I've always known it, but I didn't know how to really harness it, right? I think when you go to college or you go to the university, it doesn't make you smarter, okay? Some people are like, oh my God, she's brilliant, she went to school. No, it doesn't make us smarter. It surely gives us a different acumen to be able to work through things, right? It definitely shows that you have the discipline, the determination to do it. But in terms of when did I know like mindset was important? You know what? And I know this is a little crazy. I worked for Century 21 at a Century 21 office. I got into real estate. I had 2 good years and then the market crashed. Right. And I was, holy crap, like, how do I just had gotten into real estate. So luckily for me, I got, after much determination and, being picked up to do broker price opinions, that was very prevalent back then. One of my really good friends, Janine, and another mentor of mine, she turned me on to a company and she said, hey, give them a call. They're going to be having a lot of bank-owned properties. So again, I had already come from corporate America, and it's like you have to follow up. You send out an email, you follow up, you got to get whatever answer it is you're looking for. So that's what got my foot in the door with all these, asset companies. So about 10 years with Century 21, and then all these REOs, I was just like a workhorse. Okay. So I did REOs for about 5 years, and I didn't really know like the discipline of real estate until I went over to Berkshire Hathaway. And then, you and I connected a little while after that. So honestly, I did real estate without really, I was making money, right? I was doing good, making good money, but I didn't really know, I didn't know what GCI was, because at my other office, we were just workhorses. I know it sounds just very candid, but I didn't really start learning about the discipline, the habits, the routines that
usually use measurement, track and measure your numbers, and look at the business as a business. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. I didn't know like all of this other stuff came together with real estate if you wanted to jump into the next level. And I think, and this will probably be a question that you ask me, but I think that's where a lot of agents get lost. They get lost in the not knowing what to do for their business, or just not knowing. And it doesn't make you not smart. It just makes you like
ignorant.
Yeah. So I'd rather, maybe be a little bit ignorant than not smart, right? Because ignorance you can kind of fix.
Now I love what you say. Now I always remember too. Yeah. And that's the thing about you too. You're not only smart, and you don't want to be ignorant. You're always learning. You're very coachable. You always want to learn more, but also surround yourself with smart people. Like me, there's no way I'm not going to have a group of people smarter than me or smarter as me around me, because you can only play great with a great team. You always get better with a better team, right? So congratulations on that. So you went to Berkshire Hathaway, and then you say, you know what? It's time for me to improve. And then you went into self-development. Tell us about that.
Well, you know what, Coach? I knew there was something that I was missing. I didn't know what it was, honestly. But I just knew, like you said, it's like you got to surround yourself by smart people, right? And I met some great people at my other office, right? But it was just, you don't ever want to be the smartest one. You just
Definitely,
don't. Yeah. You don't. But I was missing that I don't know. I love great conversation. I love intelligent conversation. That's like a great bottle of wine for me. Like great conversation. So I certainly knew that I was missing that. And then I went to Berkshire Hathaway, and that's when I know something shifted in me, because, that environment was more conducive to just leveling up my game. I have an amazing broker, manager, Brock, and I have an amazing office.
He does. He's
And
great.
then
He's great. You
you
do.
met him. Yeah,
Yeah.
you met him. And then, in between there, I started coaching. And in between there, that's when you and I connected.
I understand. And when we came, we start working on the mindset, going back to the principle number one that we're working on here, mindset to help everyone here listening. By the way, guys and girls, I hope you will take notes, and I hope you stay here, because this lady has done a lot, and she helps a lot of people and sell homes in all lead sources. So I hope you guys pay attention, because the gold here is awesome. So Martha, and with everything going on, so now your mindset is important. You notice you got to improve that beautiful mind of yours. So how is your morning routine? How important is your morning routine for you to keep the mindset and for your business?
Again, I keep going back to you. You know what? One of the things that I absolutely love about you as a coach is, no, I do, because you've taught me a lot of disciplines. Like I said, I already came with the steering wheel, the wheels, and some of the basics. But one of the things that I've always loved about you as my coach is you're like razor focused on all of us, on your clients, like there's an expectation that you have out of us, and there's no confusing what you expect out of the people that you coach, your clients. So the morning routine, you're the one that honestly, you taught me that, that you really taught me the importance.
What do you do? Are you talking about when I realize you're going to the gym at 9:30 a.m.?
Well, yeah, that was so. Well, I was
like
actually
an example,
right. She's being nice. It's like, and there's some disciplines that I do need to get back to, right? She had me, I needed to have more discipline with, this little hot body of mine, right? And so I hired a coach, a trainer, right? I hired a trainer, and, I think their schedule was like, I don't know, maybe about like 9:30, 10. So you figure by the time I was done, it was noon. So she figured out, because, she's razor focused again on, and I'm not Italian, I know I use my hands a lot, but, she figured out I wasn't going to the gym, like, early at 5 a.m. or whatever, time we got to go, right? So we had to fix that, right? Because that was affecting the rest of my day. It's like you're playing catch up the rest of the day.
Right. No, yeah, the thing is, and I love you telling the story, and I'm poking on you on the stories, because a lot of agents, as you know, Martha, they don't do the money time in the morning. They don't do the most important thing in the morning. So the routine is very weak in the morning, and they leave for later. And the probability of happening later diminished to 25%. If you don't eat the fat, ugly frog early in the morning, if you don't do the most important thing early in the morning, like set appointment and keep your cash flow flowing, you're going to hurt. So when I realized we're talking, yeah, I'm glad you hired a personal trainer. I'm glad you're working on the Ferrari. But then I realized, wait a minute, 9 a.m. is not time to go to the gym. You got to talk to your trainer to go early, because 9 a.m. is money time, baby. 9 a.m. you're supposed to talk to people, set appointment, right? And today, Martha, you do your walk, you do your morning routine, you do your gratitude list. And I know at 8 o'clock, sometimes 8:30, you call and expires. I mean, that's awesome. Tell us about that, because it takes some wonderful discipline and a mindset to 8:30 and to do your follow-up, especially called your expires when you get so much rejection. So tell us about the routine of calling expires in the morning and the strength of your mindset to follow through with that.
Well, you know what? It's the strength to follow through with that is, you and I were chatting not too long ago. It's you just keep polishing your skills, and because your skills are more polished, you lose the fear, right? You lose the fear, and just honestly, just getting rid of that fear, your disciplines become better, because now you're not scared to call expireds. You're not scared to be on that routine. Before, honestly, I was. It was just kind of, I'm very expressive, as you can tell, right? And so kind of like a butterfly, all over the board, right? But because I had that fear of not really knowing how to deal with the objections of a seller that was promised, I'm going to sell your house. And then 6 months later, they're like, holy crap, you didn't sell my house. Now I'm like absolutely ticked off because you made a promise, agent, and you didn't keep your promise. So the expireds are, then I call them. Hey, Vanda, I'm here to sell your house, but Vanda's mad already because somebody promised her something and didn't deliver. So the answer to that is keeping my morning routine is easier because I have less fear.
You have less fear, you have a plan, you have a schedule. I love that. I love that. And so your mindset is strong, stronger than most average agent, way stronger, definitely way not average. You have a great routine, you follow through, you determine. So do you have and I asked another producers that are being interviewed the same question because it's so good. I know I shared with you guys my pre-prospective routine, my pre-money freedom routine. And Martha, do you have any kind of routine that you put yourself in state before you do a video, before you do any kind of presentation? Do you have like a set standard that you go through so you get yourself ready?
You know what? I put on my headphones, right? And I blast my music.
Oh, okay.
I listen to, what is it, Seven Nations Army. It's just, it's an amazing, just gives me energy. And
Gives you in a state.
It puts me in state, and as I got music blaring through my ears, it calms me down, and it's like my body knows that it's going to be go time. It's like your body starts being conditioned to, okay, when she does this, it means this. And my body literally, as I'm sharing this with you guys, I can feel just like in my chest and my body, it's kind of like it relaxes me because it knows what it's, what it's going to.
It's because you have conditioned your body, and now that music is an anchor. An anchor is something that grounds you and bring you to the state. So you have an anchor. It's the music. Like I have my music. I have my routine. I raise my energy, right? So the anchor brings you just like a song, a perfume, bring a memory. Your body has internalized the state, love. I love that, Martha. Your body has, so now that music, that state, the getting ready is in your nervous system. It's not just in your mind anymore. It's in your body. So as soon as you put the music, as soon as you go in state, you're ready. Martha, go, Martha, go. I love it. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so we talk about mindset. Your mindset is strong. You polish every day. I know you work on it all the time because we talk all the time and coach and train and you always condition and you always work to the next level. So now another key principle of success that I believe that works really well, and I believe you've been talking about already, are skills, right? Skills. So what skills, one or two, has helped you to become a top producer, Martha?
You know what? Let me digress for 1 second, Coach. So I'm going to digress here because I think it's important.
Please, the mic is yours.
I think sometimes, when, I know my peers are going to listen to this, they're real estate agents, and we're real estate is simple, but it's not easy. It definitely takes that strong mindset. So, you know what? What I want you guys to get out of this, it's not always perfect. My head is not always perfect. Okay. Everything is not always dialed in up there.
So it's not always rainbows and butterflies?
It's not always rainbows and butterflies. Sometimes I got minutia flowing up there, and I'm trying to figure out like, oh my God, how the hell do I fix this? Because I think sometimes, some agents, whatever level it is that we've reached, it's like if you're struggling through something right now and then you're hearing me talk and saying man, this is how it works and this is what I do. It's not always easy, you guys. It just isn't. We go through the struggles, and I think that's where through the struggles we grow, and that's where you start getting more grit. So I'm talking to the agent that is maybe struggling a little bit right now. And they're looking at me and saying, well, shit, it's like, it's always perfect. No, it's not always perfect. You have to work on whatever your perfect is. if something isn't working here, you got to figure out how to move over just a little bit to the other side. And every day you just keep moving over to the other side, because I've been to a lot of conventions, right? Seminars, and you see these people up on stage and you're like, oh my God, it's like they're movie stars. No, they're not. They struggle just like you do. We all struggle the same. It's just a matter of how we choose to work to get us to the other side.
I appreciate it. So what I hear you say, my darling, and it's so true. People have this tendency to think everything's overnight. And that's why a lot of Asians double. They don't do anything more than 3 months. And we know sometimes it takes 6 months to see the breakthrough. Then sometimes it takes 3 months, 6 months, depends on the paradigm, depends on the challenge. For example, you practiced 3 months, the expired script before you got to set appointments. You put the time, you put the effort, you put the energy. And it's so important. That's why I also love you elaborate and explain here the process, because it's true, it's a process. You don't eat one donut and get fat. You don't go to the gym one time and get fat. It takes days to build some muscle. It takes days to build some discipline, right? And I love it. And isn't it beautiful that they're all connected? So once you start building a morning routine, have your morning journal, a gratitude journal, and doing these things, everything starts kind of clicking in. Isn't it true, Martha?
No, absolutely it is. You know what? I'm always listening to one thing or another, whether it's just something really short, but I can't remember where I heard this from. It was just recent. It was a businesswoman saying, you know what? I'm going to do exactly what those successful people are doing. Okay, because it seems to be working. Right?
I love it. I love it. So I love that. So darling, what's one skill you're working on right now? So any specific skill you're working on right now they want to share with this beautiful tribe?
You know what? Real estate is an art, you guys. It really is an art. I think a lot of people, even like me, I decided I was going to go sell houses. I didn't know the first thing of, anything in real estate, to be really candid with you. It's an art. It's kind of like a fine dance, so the fine dance that I'm, constantly fine tuning is, my closing skills. I'm constantly working on my skills, well, again, that's, in the group coaching that, I coach with Coach V in as well, is she teaches us, just like the closing of like the process of real estate, how do you get more signatures? More signatures means more money. So, that's what I'm working on constantly.
Wonderful. Becoming a more efficient, effective closer. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
You know what? Brian Tracy said 80% to actually 85% of the real estate agents go in sales. They can talk, but they don't know how to present and close. So becoming an amazing closer and knowing how to ask the business elegantly, efficiently, and as a person of service instead of having commission breath is huge, right?
No, it absolutely is. And it's beautiful, even just talking to you guys here and just realizing like what my growth has been, there's just something so beautiful in just being able to look at yourself. And I'm sure you guys can too. And just seeing like, man, I've really grown.
Yeah. I love you saying that, Martha, because one of the things that really steals the joy, kills everything. And I was interviewing Tyler Whitman, that superstar Tyler. And he said, one of the things that that I hate, that I don't like at all, he didn't use the word hate, but he said that really bothers me, and it's comparison. It's comparing me with somebody else. So it's so important that we don't compare us with anybody else, right? Everyone has their own story, their own journey. What we got to do is we got to work every day on being better than yesterday. Would you agree, Martha? Every day is a process, right? It's chipping the, making that beautiful new you, making the statue just like Da Vinci with Michelangelo would do it, and working on it. So I love that. I love that. We talk about a lot of great stuff. I have some more questions for you. And now I want to talk about action. So we talk about mindset. We talk about some of the skills like closing and persistence that you have and the ability to be coachable. So what do you do when you don't feel like doing this stuff and you do it anyways? How do you flip the switch and to do the things that you don't feel like doing, Martha?
I like a certain lifestyle.
You like your cars, right? Ladies and gentlemen, Martha has like 4 cars or 5. I don't know. I lost count. So she has a lifestyle. She likes her traveling. She likes her bling blings and she likes her cars. So tell us more. I love that. Go on.
You know what? As we're talking here, I remember one of our first coaching calls, right? We were talking about money and honestly, I wasn't taught about money growing up. You got to remember, like, we were just trying to survive. So, being money smart growing up, it just wasn't, honestly, my environment, right? So, to what makes me do stuff when I don't want to do it. I like my stuff. And I like my cars. They make me happy, and I normally don't talk about that because, I'm the least flashy person at all, but I do like my cars. And I'll, since Coach B brought it up, I like my BMWs. That
yes, just, I love the Pluto, BMWs and the Jeep. And Martha, you know what? One of the talk we had right away when you guys come to me is I help you to improve your relationship with money, right? Knowing that money is just a tool. Money is not bad or evil. To want more, to want more, to be able to have more, so you can have the car, so you can drive your mom and your Jeep, so you can have fun and your hobby, and to be able to take your family on vacation. And I can share. I hope you don't mind. I'll share. I mean, 4th of July, you rented, leased a beautiful house in the lake, in the mountain, and you brought the whole family there. I mean, that's the beauty of money. That's the beauty of the freedom of having cash flow, have saving, have enough money to have your things. And that's the conversation we have, right? And when we guys come to me, I'll make sure you have a beautiful relationship with money, because money comes to where is welcome and stays where is, money comes to where is invited and stays where is welcome. So I believe that's what you're talking about. We came and say, hey, it's okay for you to make a lot of money, have all your cars, have all your blings. And I'm so glad you have them.
No, you know what? And it's like, we were talking about money and you said, I don't know, again, you got to remember, it's like my first coaching really started, I coach with Coach Jasmine, and then, I think just a different level of coaching with Coach V, because I was ready for it. Both, I've been so blessed to have amazing coaches in my life, just absolutely beyond grateful for all of them. You were asking me, I can't remember exactly the conversation, but I said, well, you know what? I'm saving for my retirement. Right. And then I remember you saying, well, you got to make it sexier than that, honey. So that's what I'm talking about. Right. And, my relationship with money, it's gotten better. I think for all of us, it can always get better. Right. But that's what motivates me. Honestly, it's not, I like nice stuff. It's like, you never want to be in a position, and I don't, I refuse to be there again. I think, and again, it has to do with my growing up, my upbringing, and, and there was scarcity. Yeah. So for me, mentally, it's like, I like to live a certain way. I don't ever want to struggle again. Right. So for me, it's that discipline of having the freedom, right? The discipline of having the freedom and, and really executing on all of the things that I've been taught, honestly, by so many amazing women. All of the women in my life, they have taught me so much. They're always the voices in my head. So that's what motivates me. I know for you guys, it could be something else, but that's absolutely what it is for me.
I appreciate that. And all of you guys listening, what Martha is really saying here, and she's saying so beautifully, is the motivation of financial freedom, the ability that she can have what she wants, and she never have to go back to be pour again. For me, the same thing. I tell you guys, I like writing checks. I like my Chanel lipstick. Martha, you like your Jeeps, and I like also my ocean view. So we all have things that moves us. And you got to find also what moves you, and also raising your standard, Martha. You have an amount of money per month, per year that you want to earn, because you don't want to go backwards and feel less or less ready, less prepared. And you're very strong at that. For me, not making money at a certain amount is responsible, because I want to make sure I have enough for me, for my family, to give. You too, you help everybody. My gosh, your heart's so big, Martha. And it's really pleasure and honor to see you doing that, right? So you're motivated by financial freedom. You're motivated by helping, do what you can, and help with everybody. So now you flip the switch by look at your goals and dreams. I heard that. So who holds you accountable, Martha Cervantes? Who makes sure you're not out there chasing butterflies?
Well, you're one of the big ones. Honestly,
Thank you.
You really are, because I've got an immense amount of respect for you. Aside from being my coach, you're an amazing influence in my life that has seen me through some of the most challenging times that I will ever go through in my life. And I always say you're really the real deal, and it's like you hold me accountable, even when I struggled immensely. You never let go of me, and you held on tight to me even when I just wanted to be left alone many times. You never left my side. And because I have an immense amount of respect for you, our relationship, as student and coach and friends, it's just, I just have a lot of respect for you. I really do. And I think that, but it's like, I want to articulate it as well. You hold me accountable even when I want to be left alone. And then, I've got some other amazing humans in my life, again, it's like one of the biggest. Then, I've got my manager, Brock. He's always such a great guy in my life as well. I've got, Mio, Jonathan, Ahu, and these are all people that I respect. I hold a very tight circle.
I love it.
And I want to share this. I know you interviewed Tyler, right? Because you just said you did. Tyler, I like Tyler a lot. I think he's a really neat guy. I just really like him. I was watching, I don't know, like a clip on something that he did. He said it so beautifully. He said, you know what? And I'm going to paraphrase it. So Tyler, don't hold me, to it. But he said, it's kind of like life is almost like a bus, right? The bus only has a certain amount of seats in it. And obviously not everybody fits in that bus, right? Sometimes, you let some on, and then sometimes you got to make room for others. You let some off. And that's kind of me. I have a very, very tight knit circle in my life, and it's only humans that, that I can bring value to, and humans that bring value into my soul, right? Because there's nothing shallow about me. Absolutely nothing shallow about me. I love deep connections with the people, the people that have stood, with me in my most challenging times. And those people, and I know there's others, but, you being one of my rocks, and that's who holds me accountable.
I appreciate that. And the thing is, and I love you for appreciating all the women, all the men, all the people surround you, because some people we spend a minute with, some people we spend 10 minutes with, some people an hour, some people maybe a day, some people a lifetime, right? And you have to know who is sitting in your bars, who can come in and get out of the bars, because as you grow, Martha, and you know that, as you grow, as you develop and you start leveling up, some people don't want to go. Some people are not willing to go, and some people don't want you to go. because then you're going to be different. So you always keep your eyes open, and I love you for that, because we have to know that some people are not going to go the way we want it, and they don't think we're doing the right thing because they don't understand. And if you succeed, everyone pay attention, please. Just remember this. As you succeed, as you go to a higher level, some people can go, but they don't want you to go, because now you make them feel bad. They start feeling bad because they also see you growing and they're not growing. So you got to be very aware who is an addition in your life, who is a subtraction, and who do you hang out with, and who do you learn from, and who you listen to. So just a little side note, because you're saying so many beautiful things, Martha. I want to piggyback with it, because I know you're very careful with your environment. You're very careful what to put in your head. You're very careful with taking care of the Ferrari, right? Mind, body, soul. I love that. So, Martha, so inspiration is a big thing, right? We know that motivation is temporary. You gotta, keep working as a side job. What do you do when you don't feel like, and it seems like the same question, but I mean, what do you inspire? How do you do to inspire yourself? Like, you want to take action, want to do something. Do you have any, like, a little hack or a little, is it the music you're talking about that inspire you? Is that it? Or do you have any specific thing?
Honestly, it's like I love being outdoors. I love walking on the lawn without my shoes. It grounds me. But I love jumping in my Jeep. That's kind of like when I go incognito. Honestly, like being in my Jeep, it's when I just go hide.
Yeah. And you go off-road, right? You go to different places and you just become the Martha the adventurer.
Yeah, and that's what inspires me. And I'm inspired by, I don't know, I'm very simple, you guys. There's, I don't know, I enjoy the beauty in just small moments. And for me, it doesn't have to be anything like huge. I love the beauty in a great conversation or connecting with somebody that I hadn't in a while. And that's what inspires me. The people in my life inspire me.
I know. So thank you for this, Martha. Listen, everyone here. Actually, she's far away from simple, but what she wants to convey, and I know very well, is she simplified her life as much as possible, from relationships to everything else. But Martha is such a beautiful, smart, complex woman in many ways, and I hope you see here the beauty of her heart and her mind, that she really works on herself to simplify and not make anything complex, and follow through the process and learn what it takes and sell homes and set those appointments every day. So it's really, really amazing, and it's a beautiful sight for my eyes and my heart. So Martha, before we go to final thoughts, I want to make sure people follow you, people know how to get in touch with you. So how do we get to know more about you or follow you on your platforms? Where do we go?
You know what? Follow me on Instagram. That's one of the platforms that I've kind of switched over a little bit more to. And we all need a little bit of help sometime. And if I can add value to your life a little bit, hey, I'm not a rocket scientist, so don't expect that if you follow me. But sometimes it's just nice to connect with somebody that resonates with us. Give me a call, 951-897-3897. Yes. And we're just here to add value to each other at the end of the day, guys.
So much. And by the way, sometimes people are like, she sounds so easy to talk to, so nice. This woman is a lioness. In one day, she set 12 appointments. So I want you to know that. In one day, she set 12 appointments. I never forgot when I released my listing presentation video. Here's a sample how coachable she is. She watched the listing presentation like 10 times. Am I right, Martha?
Yeah.
It was like 10 times. 12 times. 12 times. I know you wrote like 10 pages or 12 pages of note. And then you set like, how many appointments did you set? And then you got 6 listings back to back.
Oh God, I can't remember if it was 12 or like 13 or something.
Yeah, I think it was 12 because I mememorized, because I was excited, but I wanted to, before I say it, I want you to hear from you. She said 12 appointments, 12 listing appointments. She got so inspired. She got so prepared. She got the notes. She watched the listing presentation. She set those appointments. She got 7 listing back to back. That's what skills in practice and determination does. So I hope you get inspired by this conversation, because this is huge. So sweetie, now tell us here, any final thoughts? We have a lot of people here from all different ages in the business, time in the business, to say we have 1 month in the business, we have people 40 years in the business starting over. What would you say? What would be something do you say or two, like your final thoughts, to get them really in action? Because I want to make sure they leave here and they're like, I'm doing this. What would you say?
You know what? I think as I've just been processing just a lot of things, right? It's like, you got to remember, we're only here for a short period of time on this beautiful planet, right? We're only here for such a short period of time. Don't shortchange yourself. You know, don't shortchange yourself by having fear. You know, fear is a little bit healthy, but don't let it paralyze you. Really, just go be the badass that you were designed to be, really. And have no fear, because really at the end of the day, it's like whatever you break, you can fix. Just jump, aim, fire, and and just live life, to the fullest. Don't shortchange yourself. And that's something that I was thinking about just myself, because again, it's like there's people that maybe have less skills than I do, and they're like, well, crap, I'm gonna go do that. And I'm completely prepared. I've invested a lot in myself in so many ways. Don't let fear paralyze you from just being amazing.
Go for it. Anything else? Any special thing that you want to say? No?
No, I love you, Coach. And, I'm so absolutely grateful. And for you guys that, listen to this, and I know it'll be, she's got a bazillion followers. If you're in a place where you're just kind of, you just don't know what to do, you need a little bit of guidance, reach out to Coach, because she sincerely, you guys, it's like, I absolutely support her 1,000,000% of the time, because I believe in her. The amazing things that she does with a lot of realtors. And remember, she's not a magician, okay? You can't come in and just absolutely not do anything of what she coaches you to do. And then
wait a minute, I thought it was a little bit of a goddess. Just kidding.
Yeah, like, oh my God, I talk to her every day, and I don't do anything she says, and I still expect results. Yeah. No, you got to do the work, but no, reach out to her. It's like, I support her like every day of the week, because I believe in her. And, that's just really all there is to it. There's so many amazing coaches. This is the one that resonates with me. So thank you, Coach.
Thank you, darling. Thank you very much. And all of you listening to this, please share this video, this beautiful conversation with someone who believes is too hard or it's never going to happen, right? As Martha said, it's simple, but it's not easy. But we teach you, and Martha's learning and improving every day. And once you know what to do, how to do it, everything gets better. So share this with someone. If you have not subscribed for our channel, please do, because we're all about growth and helping you and providing you value, inspiration, strategy, so you can succeed in life. So thank you, Martha, for being here. It's an honor. It's a pleasure. You have no idea how inspiring it is to be part of your team, part of your life, to have you in my life, in my team, and see your progress, see your journey. So you are an inspiration to this beautiful industry. You do so much for all of us. So we're grateful for you. Thank you. And we talk soon. Ciao, my darling. Thank you so much.
Bye, everybody. Go be amazing.
Thank you so much. Bye.